Book besties, do I have a freaking review for you today? I loved this book. I ate this book up. I want to go back and reread this book. That's how good it was. So the book that I'll be reviewing today is this book right here, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by author Taylor Jenkins Reid. When I tell you that I devoured this book, I freaking devoured it. This book was phenomenal. As you can see, I hella annotated. It's so good. And then these are the husbands. I wanted to mark the husbands. Anywho, let's get into this review. So the tropes of this book are forbidden love, right person, wrong time, marriage/divorce, and LGBTQ+. I rated this freaking book a 5-star. This was definitely a 5-star read. It was phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. The spice, I would say, was about like a 2. There was some spice, but it was very short-lived, not super descriptive. But nonetheless, there was spice in there. But yeah, it was very short-lived. Now about the book. So this book follows Monique, who is a writer who is going to be writing a book about Evelyn's life. Yes. So it's Evelyn and Monique. Monique has her own struggles going on in her life with her soon-to-be ex-husband. And she basically like comes to, after like working with Evelyn, she like basically has like this aha moment, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like she comes to terms with that divorce is the right thing for her. And then it's Evelyn, is who basically this whole entire book is about. So Evelyn, her story's crazy. Her story is crazy, and I absolutely love it. So the book follows Evelyn, and she's telling her story basically about, well, it's mostly about like her marriages, but like why she had her marriages, right? So it starts off in the 1950s with young Evelyn, who marries a man just to get to Hollywood, right? And then throughout the entire book, she continues to marry basically to keep her presence within Hollywood, but also to kind of hide her self, if that makes any sense. So Evelyn, actually I'm not going to spoil it, because for those of you who haven't read the book, it was definitely a shock to me when I got to that part, which I saw coming after a certain piece, but like the shock of it like was amazing. So basically she has to hide a certain part of herself. So she has 7 different marriages. The first one was to obviously get to Hollywood. Then the second one was someone she was actually in love with, who turned out to be a piece of shit. I was really rooting for him, and he just let me down. He let me down real quick. He let me down real fucking quick, and I kind of should have known. He was only the second husband, so obviously it wasn't going to end that well. But and then every marriage after that was to have like keep up this charade, this lifestyle that she needed to present. So Evelyn is an actress, and that's basically her whole life, and it's what she has married so many times to maintain that like image. So she's the girl that every guy wants to be with and every girl wants to be. Evelyn is something else, and the freaking spoilers in this freaking book throughout the whole book will literally have your mouth on the floor when I tell you that when you get to the part where Evelyn tells Monique why she wanted her to write this book, will have you screaming. If you haven't already seen my reaction video, hop over to my page, because my reaction video is there. This book literally had me screaming. I cannot say enough good things about this book. I was a little bit iffy on this book because I had bought the book because I saw so many good things about it, but then the more I was on Book Talk, I then kept seeing people like who did not like the book, right? And so it had been sitting on my shelf, and this was my book club's read for the month of September, and I am so glad we freaking picked up this book, and I am so excited that this book is turning into a series, because I will be watching it. Evelyn is crazy. Like, keeping up her whole charade is crazy. There was some tear jerkers. I cried 2 times, some really good tears, and then there were some tear jerkers along the way, but amazing. This book was fabulous. I highly recommend that you give this book a read. If you want to see my full book review on this book, go ahead and hop over to my Instagram because the full book review will be right there, or go ahead and check out my little review here. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. Check out The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I promise you, you won't regret it. It is amazing.